Hey, what's up, party people? So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to find your first 100 customers with a method that's proven to work for me and my clients every single time. So if you have a product that's coming up, or you're planning to launch your product, and that product could be a virtual product, digital product, or it could be a physical product as well. So like e-commerce, merchandise, course, apps, software, SaaS, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to show you guys three things that you can do, and running ads is not on the first list here. So even if you're running ads, I'm going to show you a really cool way to run ads. So I'm going to show you guys how you can actually be, doing something before you even launch your product. So let's start. So every time I ask my friends, my colleagues, right? I'm like, what are you working? They tell me about their product. They will be like, oh, this I'm working on this and that. That's amazing. And I asked them, how do you plan on finding customer? How do you plan on getting sales? They're like, Facebook ads later, right? So that's usually their answer. And the way I look at it is, until your company is actually making money, or unless you have funding, running ads should be on the last thing that you actually do. Okay. In fact, I don't even recommend people running ads on Facebook and Instagram initially. So we'll talk about this three phase method that I prepared for you, that I use for myself and my clients as well. So three-phase steps that you can apply to your product that you're launching soon, or if you already have a product, that's fine as well. So let's start. So we have three phases. So phase one is build a community. So I'm going to show you guys how to build your community. Phase two is referrals, really cool way. And last but not least is ads, PPC ads, but there's a right way of doing it. So we're going to go and break all these things down step by step. So number one, build your community. So build your tribe. So what does that mean? So even before you actually have your product, what you can do is you can start build your team of people that you want to sell your product to. So what you need to do for this is, once you have figured out, I hope you have figured out your ideal customers, right? So once you figure out your ideal customer, what you need to do is write it down. So maybe your ideal customer is male, age of 25 to 40, who own a house in Texas, who have an income of XYZ. So you have your ideal customer, right? So maybe they are Democratic, maybe they are Republican. So but you have an ideal customer in your mind, correct? So cool. So saying that, okay, once you figure that out while you're building your product, or while you're perfecting it, if you want to, right? I prefer people just launch the product and just fix it as they go. That's what I prefer. But some people want to perfect their product. That's fine. I don't recommend it. I think you should just jump and fix it while you are flying the plane. Just fix it up, okay? Don't be waiting for the perfect moment, because that's never gonna come. Trust me, a lot of experience with this. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that I want you to do. So number one is, so once you have decided on a name for your company, right, your app, course, whatever. So what you need to do is set up a WordPress blog on that domain, right? And once you set up a WordPress blog, install any decent SEO plugins, like Rank Math is good. There's a bunch. There's free ones, there's paid ones, right? I don't care. You'll find some good ones. Rank Math is pretty good. So once you install a SEO plugin, what I want you to do is start posting content, okay? And the way you should be posting content is something called Topical Authority SEO. So if you don't know what that is, I made a different video on how to do that. So the idea is that you can get Google to rank your blogs without backlinks. That's the beautiful part. So there's a video on my channel that you can watch called Topical Authority video. Watch that. Okay, I also have a course on, you don't have to buy it, but take a look at that video. Okay, so what you need to do is start blogging early on, even before you have launched your product. Okay, now the reason for this is, right, so because when people find your blog, your articles, right, you have given them value. So in return, they see your brand, they see your company name. Okay, and always make sure you have some sort of opt-in, some sort of freebie, something that you can give away in order to capture their name, email, and phone number. Okay, a lot. If you guys are not capturing people's phone number, please do so. Okay, SMS marketing is like 1,000 times better than email. So you can send an email, you can wait for people to open like next day or go to spam, or you can send a mass text. Boom. Okay, so make sure to collect name, email, and phone number. Okay, so that's the number one is start a blog and make sure you to install some SEO plugins and apply topical authority SEO techniques. Okay, so that's one. Number two is posting on Twitter. So you're like, posting on Twitter? Yes, boss. So here's what you need to be doing. So on Twitter, what we have something called Twitter threads. So Twitter threads is you have a main like Twitter tweet, right? It says how to get rich XYZ. And you have step 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all tweets, but they're all like a thread. So it's like, step 1, 2, 3, 4. What I want you to do is start, with your brand account, your personal account, start posting these things, and at the end of the threads I want you to put follow for more, so you get you're getting people to follow to you even before you have launched your product. And if you have already launched your product, you can still do this, right? So do it. So number two is posting regularly on Twitter. Okay, and this list I'm giving you, it assumes that initially you don't have money. That's the best part, because when I ask my friends how are they planning on getting customer, their answer is running ads on Facebook. And I ask them, do you have funding? They're like, no. So how do they plan on running massive ads even before they've made a penny? Think about that for a second. Okay, so number two is post a thread on Twitter. Okay, now number three, okay, Instagram. So on Instagram, what I want you to do is start posting something called illustration. So what you can do is you can go on Canva and create and type up Instagram posts, right? And then you can create these images, like and you can also use Chat GPT these days to create these graphics. For example, it says how to win customers in 7 steps, right? It's an image, 1, 2, 3, 4, and people save that, right? And people follow you at the end. So do that as well. Okay. The other thing that you can also do is open up a Facebook group. Okay, open up a Facebook group and then always encourage people to join that group. Okay, and when people join that group, they'll have questions. Answer their questions. Okay, be helpful. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, number 5 is go to Reddit. Go to Reddit, and then you can find subreddits, right? And you can find subreddits based on your product. So, for example, if you're selling a software to entrepreneurs, you can find subreddit called entrepreneur or make money, side hustle, things like that. Okay, go on those groups and contribute. Initially, you'll have to earn fake internet points called karma points, right? On Reddit. And then what I want you to do, start commenting, but on your profile, straight up advertise on your profiles, like bio. It should be like I'm the I'm the owner of blah blah blah. This is the link, straight up. Okay, do that. Okay, here's my thing. Okay, do that like that. Okay, and initially don't just straight start promoting on the community just yet, but you will down the road. So here's how you do it. So once you have some karma fake internet points on Reddit, what you can do is the articles that you wrote, number one, for your blog, right? You share that blog article on those Reddits. Does that make sense? So don't do it on day one. Do it after you have earned some karma and you have been commenting and being helpful on the community. Does that make sense? So do that stuff. Okay, but while doing all of these things, make sure you're collecting people's information. So name, email, and what? Phone number. So phase one of this entire getting customer is building your tribe, building your community. Does that make sense? So do that. That's phase one. So okay, so phase number two is this. So once you have launched your product, right? Once you launch your product, you have this tribe of people that you built. You have their name, email, and phone number, right? So you can go ahead and start initially by sending them a text and an email to get your initial boost of customers. Okay, and they should buy because you've been helpful, you've been providing them with content, right? And you have been keeping them up to date on the product. Okay, what you've been working on, what can they expect, and also getting feedback from the customers as well. So when you're working with your tribe, right, you have few people talk to these people. Okay, show some of these people your product and ask them for feedback. Okay, and when you do that, what's going to happen is they'll give you the right feedback, okay, and then they will feel like they are the part of the team that built this, so they have this obligation to buy it from you. So you'll get some customers like that, okay. And once you have at even like, I don't know, 20, 30 customers initially, you should have more, but I'm telling you that, if you're doing all these things, you should have more sales than the more customers than this. But phase number 2 is called referral. So the point of this phase is to, getting customers through your existing customers. So what you want to do is a couple of things, okay. You want to add affiliate program to your product. So you want to go ahead and give people commission for promoting your product and services. And usually what I like to do initially, if my product is brand new, is I like to give people 50%. So in a way, I made them my partner. You see it, right? And if it's a recurring product, go for it. It's fine. Okay. You can always go ahead and lower the percentage down the road. Initially, you're just looking for that traction. You're just looking for people to come in and buy your product, right? So number one is on phase 2 referral is add an affiliate program. Okay. If you're not doing that, you're pretty much losing money. Okay. And number two is this. So if you don't want to do affiliate, that is a good incentive for people. If you want to do another incentive, what you can do is run contests. So what I did what I normally do is I run contests on, like, I'm giving away AirPods, iPad, or a MacBook Pro, right? And then I get people to share my landing page or sales page and things like that. And then when they send a screenshot, they are on the lottery, right? And I give one of them the prize. That works as well. So phase number 2 is trying to get creative to using your existing customer base to get even more customers. Okay, so what you can do is this. So whenever you are sharing your content, right? So they come in and they go to your blog, they go to your Twitter, your Instagram, right? And then they keep seeing those content, right? And then they are referred to buying your product, right? And then hopefully those existing customers who will share, they have an incentive to share about your product and while making money, like a 50% commission or like a prize. So once you have these two things going on, then you can tap into phase number 3. Phase number 3 is PPC ads, right? So PPC ads is pay-per-click ads, and people like to refer to it as running Facebook ads. Yes, but like I said, Facebook ad is on the top bottom of my list here. So first thing that you need to do, okay, number 1, okay. So when I say pay-per-click, it also includes some other stuff that you might not have thought of. So number 1 is user-generated content. So you use UGC, right? So what you need to do is get on TikTok, okay, and then find people, these quote-unquote influencers, right? And then have them create video about your product and then post it not on their account. Okay, you're going to create them an account as well. Okay, you're going to create them a TikTok account, and doesn't really matter. You can have, like, brand name 1, brand name 2, brand name 3. It's not going to ruin your brand. Okay, people don't care about that, so you can have multiple. To be honest, for some of my brands, I have like 300 TikTok accounts. And what I do is I create TikTok accounts, right? Then I find these influencers on TikTok. I give them the account, tell them, hey, get creative, and this is the product that you're selling, and do it. So one of these videos will go viral. So I pay between 50 to 100 bucks, okay? And then I ask them to make me either 3 or 4 videos a month, once a week, or things like that, okay? And I also go ahead and tell them that, hey, because I want them to create nice videos, right? Because if they're just getting paid a flat fee, they'll just make the video and just, hey, got paid. But I tell them this, okay, if you get sales from this, from your video, I will give you that 50% commission. So it's a win-win situation for them as well. So does that make sense? So, so number 1 is when you're paying PPC phase is having people generate content on your behalf, okay. And number two is running ads on Reddit. So Reddit, like I said, okay, Reddit has those spaces called subreddits, right? You can actually run ads to specific groups. So for example, entrepreneur, trading, dog lover, whatever your customer base is, your ideal customer is, they are on Reddit, and you can find them and you can go ahead and run ads to them as well. So do that. It's the cheapest ad, okay. And number 3 is running ads on TikTok. It's super cheap. Okay, so UGS, Reddit, TikTok ads, and then what you can also do is on Twitter run ads and target a specific person or a company. So that's the beautiful part. This is the reason I don't like building customer base on Twitter, is because anybody can target my customers, right? So what I do is I find the founder, or like, I find their company page, right? And I target on Twitter. What you can do is you can target followers of a specific account. So do that as well, okay? And then you can run Facebook and Instagram ads after that as well. And after that, if that's working well for you, then you can go ahead and do Google Ads. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed this session. And if you enjoyed this session, go ahead and comment something to let me know that you enjoyed this. If you did, I'll create more of these. So thank you for watching. Make sure to check out my YouTube channel, and there's more content just like this. Thank you for watching.